Hey everybody, how you all doing today? PappyStu here. How's it going, pilgrims? Good to see you. So I guess what popped in my head was I could do this video where I just show you the three basic types of bows. Just start off talking about tackle. Now mind you, archery hunting, the concept of tackle, what you use, the equipment you use, and how you use it, it's about 10% of the sport. Or at least the tackle you choose, anyhow, is about 10% of the sport. And the best tackle is whatever's best for you. And anybody that tries to tell you differently has just got an agenda, or they're full of it. So I thought I'd show you the three basic types of bows, tell you about their basic components or the construction. And then maybe later, if there's any interest out there in what I'm talking about, you can tell me in the comments, personal messages, what have you, and if there is any interest, maybe I'll do some videos down the road, talk a little bit about the actual techniques involved in archery hunting and using the tackle. Techniques and how to actually shoot a bow, techniques and how to stock game, game cleaning, etc., etc. I've been doing this stuff for, like I say, about 35, almost 40 years, so I really know what I'm talking about. And I you know, I don't like saying that about most things because it comes off as egotistical, but in this case I know what I'm talking about. So of course there's opinions and everything, but I've been doing this long enough that there's something that you want to know about it, you can ask and I can tell you about it. Anyhow, okay, so that's the idea here with this video and this beginning video. So I'll begin by showing you there's three types of bows, three basic types of bows. Those are the longbow, which is just one solid bow with a string, period, and a rest. So, and it's very simple. One of the earlier designs of bows is the longbow. The next one is the recurve bow, which is very similar to the longbow, except you'll see there's a curvature to the limb at the end of the limb, but it's still, once again, it's just one single piece with a rest and a bowstring. And we'll get to the parts of the bows after I show you the last type, which is the more modern type of tackle that is used commonly today, which is the compound bow. Okay, so we have the longbow, the recurve bow, and the compound bow. Now, all these bows have the same basic parts. Obviously this one has a lot of other bells and whistles and extra stuff, but they all have the same basic parts, which is the riser or the grip area of the bow, the riser or the grip area, the limbs, and the string. Three basic parts: riser, limb, string. Okay. And they all have those. They just don't quite look the same. Riser, limb, string. Okay, now this compound bow, as you can see, the recurve bow and the longbow, that's basically all they have to them. They have some significantly different shooting characteristics based on their designs. A longbow is generally more difficult to shoot accurately. It takes a lot more practice. The recurve's a little more forgiving, but both are traditional bows. Recurves and longbows are traditional bows, and they take more time. So if you want to take up archery, the compound is easier if you're time strapped. So a lot of people today use compounds, but the purists and the traditionalists, they would never give up their longbows and recurves. I've told you the three different types of basic types of bows: recurve, longbow, compound bow. Told you the three basic types of parts of the bow: the riser, the limb, the string. The significant difference for the compound bow versus the recurve or longbow is the fact that it has these cams or wheels which reduce what's called the draw weight of the bow based on the percentage of let off that they have. And what that means is it takes a certain amount of pounds force of energy to draw the bow to a full draw position. And with a compound or a recurve bow, with a recurve or a longbow, that poundage just gradually increases till you get out to full draw. With a compound bow, when you draw the bow to the full drawn position, the cams of the wheels drop the amount of weight that you're holding to hold the bow back. In other words, if it takes 60 pounds force to draw the bow to full draw on a 75% let off bow, compound bow, you're only holding back 15 pounds when you're at full draw. These are about 100-pound bows, so I'm holding back about 25 pounds versus 100 pounds when I draw them. The advantage to that is, obviously, you can hold for a much longer period of time. You know what I think I'm going to do today for now is leave it at that, because I think I'm going to be challenged time-wise. If I've taught Hunter Ed for years, but if I sit here and go into a lot more detail with you guys on this video, it'll be too long and then I'll lose people's interest. So I think what I'll do with these videos is, for those that are interested, I will pick short, brief little topics about archery and about shooting bows, and then about hunting for those that are interested with archery tackle. And I'll do it in little bits and pieces. Very short videos, real quick. So then I won't overload folks with sensory deprivation and too much information, and they'll go away numb and won't come back. So we'll leave it at that for the day, and appreciate your time listening to what I have to say about archery and using bows. Today it was just about what types of bows there are and what the parts of them are and what the basic differences of them are. And next time we'll talk about things about like shooting techniques, I suppose. Maybe that'd be a good subject to talk about, is how to begin, what type of bows to use, what their poundage or draw weights are, and what types of bows you might want to pick to go out and shoot target versus the types you might want to go out and hunt with. That'd probably be a good next subject. But for now, I appreciate you all watching. PappyStu said it, and I am out on the side.